Alright, so this is gonna be some dank footage. This is Master Rank Pokemon Unite. These are the teams. We won this game. In the beginning, basically someone was saying play a defender, but I figured we had a Blissey, so I could play like a hybrid defender as an attacker with Duraludon. Sorry about the volume. Um, so we're just gonna try and analyze this kinda, I guess. I was supposed to go top lane with this guy, but I just remember I was very like frustrated. How does this work again? I don't know how this works super well. I don't think. Okay, you can't rewind, but you can speed up. Okay, so here was like the first encounter we had, and immediately in my mind I was like, okay, this is a game for Flash Cannon. And initially for the emblems, I had this thing on movement speed for some reason, but I changed it to HP. And what I realized is that if I have HP on this thing, like when I play attacker, I'm very used to being able to flex into a jungler. Duraludon is like one of the only attackers where I can't, especially with the HP instead of movement speed for the emblems. It moves very slow, however with its turret, it's a very good defender. Immediately I was like, okay, I feel Flash Cannon in this game, which is the move where it gives it a turret basically. I forget if like you're supposed to play, if you're supposed to play Stealth Rock or Dragon Tail with it. I think it's Dragon Tail for like the movement, but I don't know for sure. I could get that wrong. I know I've played Stealth Rock with it, probably accidentally, but I think that's meant for Dragon Pulse. It honestly, it felt like we were gonna lose this game, and you'll see why. I think I had to play it by myself a lot. I don't know. I remember being frustrated, like, I think I was probably frustrated at whoever I was laning with. I just felt like they should be playing with me. They don't really know what they're doing. They're gonna get themselves killed type shit, you know? But, I don't know. I was surprised we won this game. Sorry, I'm probably not holding the phone super well. Yeah, I don't know. It's, like, interesting to see what everyone else was doing, like, especially, on bottom lane. Like, this thing's playing by itself with XP share. If you have XP share, you should probably be trying to figure out who to play with, but I don't know. That's me. I'm the Duraludon. Oh yeah, basically, I was trying to get this thing cleared as soon as we could, but this thing actually ended up staying in the whole game until I got it with like 2 minutes left, even though there's only like 6, 4, or 2 left, which is why I really felt like we had bad strategy by abandoning me top lane, because their goal only had 4 or 6 left. If we take out that goal, we can put so much more pressure on top side and flip the whole game around, but instead it's an even goal right now, and you're gonna see exactly why what I said should have happened, because they're at 4. We can put so much pressure on their top side if that goal's gone, but now instead they're gonna have this goal for like 5 minutes, and you're gonna see like eventually I think it goes to like 2-5. We have 2 goals left, they have 5, and we win this game anyway. But like, yeah, I get pulled by that side. Like, see, my team already abandons me. They already grouped down bottom like sheep. That's why I've been saying 2-1-2 is dead, 2 top side, 1 jungle, 2 bottom. It's been dead for a while. And this is exactly what I'm saying. My teammates abandoned me top lane, even though I'm playing dirty Duraludon. Should be pretty easy to play with, but they did give me a lot of help, but at the same time they did abandon me with poor strategy. We never really ended up getting any of the bosses. We just got a very lucky endgame with Rayquaza that we won, I think. But that is kind of props to my teammates for getting a lot of kills in that last like 3-minute to 2-minute marker. But I get very frustrated there. I feel like I don't get the help I need. I feel like the other team's over leveled because probably my team's been getting farmed. But I think props to Buzzwolf for putting in the dirty work and trying to like score. Yeah. And then it's just a big group fight on top. Sorry about the dank footage. I'm trying. I'm gonna get better at this start of thing eventually. But I can see I get killed by an over-leveled Skizzer. I wanted to Dragon Tail the other way, but I ended up. I'm an inexperienced Duraludon player. It's probably only like my 10th game with it, so that's why I make some of these amateur mistakes, like doing Dragon Tail the wrong way and not understanding it propels you backwards in that moment. But it's something you learn with time. Once again, I was very frustrated because I was like, "Where is my team?" But it's because 2 of them are dead. and 2 of them are spawning. I'm the only one alive, as I'm very used to being the only one alive, trust me. I've gotten so many end games where it's like Rayquanza final boss, all 4 of my teammates die and I'm alive, and I'm like, thanks, and then they're like, thanks, like, you should have helped me. But it's like, yeah, I got you like 2 kills, so what are you talking about type of, energy. I'm a little sick. I don't know, just very like dry kind of gameplay. These guys are pushing forward with nothing, of course. Abandoning topside, which only has like 5 left. I'm probably going to make it back up to try and play some defense at some point. But at this point, I was very frustrated with the strategy. Like, I'm the only one playing topside. Why did we abandon it? And on my build with this thing is Health Cookie, the spec goggles, not choice specs, but the spec ones where it gives you the attack boost right away. And like you don't score for it. It's just like those spec glasses that just raise your special attack always. Health Cookie, and then some I'm forgetting. I can't remember right now. I can't remember the other item I have. That's okay. I can't remember what it is, but it's a really good build. I'm pretty sure. I'm forgetting what it is right now. I wish I could look. Maybe I'll look after. But just like a very dry game. I knew we were going to lose topside boss in this moment because we didn't really play well for it. This guy just gets killed in the middle of 5 people, I'm sure. Just really bad awareness in that moment for that person. Metagro's kind of doing some of the dirty work, but it's like, if you don't have a setup build, low-key, what's the point? And then here's me I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I knew we were going to lose that boss. I was very frustrated that we lost the boss. I had no awareness of the score. It felt like we were down way more than we were. But as you can see, there's only 2 goal zone left to 5. I thought we were losing this game for sure at this point. We were calling for surrendered. We called for 2. I think it was like a 3-2 surrender. So we obviously didn't surrender then. Here's a good ult. See, but as you can see, I'm just doing really good damage. Really good support damage from me. Really good job staying alive, honestly. Like, a lot of people, really good support from me. If they don't get that support, they probably all get killed, honestly. I don't know what else to say. Because, like, I'm 4 levels down. Like, I get that kill on Skizzer 4 levels down, or, like, really help. You get what I'm saying? But, like, I knew I could get that kill with this build, basically. So I was at, like, +4, +5 at this point with the health cookie. I knew I had a lot of health. I just didn't know if I had the damage. But Flash Cannon is so good. That's why I call it Dirty Duraludon, because Flash Cannon is so good. It's, like, it's so dirty. Making this thing into a turret is so dirty. Sorry about the janky footage. Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting to me, because I don't really know how we got in this position. I just know the other team started all getting killed. I was kind of just avoiding waiting for final boss. So I don't really know. Like, I put pressure on topside. It's interesting to see what the side hook does, because this is what could have stopped me from scoring 50 on topside, but instead it flees bottom. I don't know it fled bottom, I just assumed. But I score 50. See what I'm saying with that 2 goal zone? We could have had that and put so much pressure on top lane before, where we've opened up the whole game, but now instead it's very closed. Good job, Buzzwell, getting that. That probably won us the game, to be honest. And now here, they're just in this group getting kills. Very kind of risky play, especially if both teams are grouped together, but if you get the numbers advantage in the group. Now here's where we get the Rayquaza, where I think we just got so lucky. I'm the one that ends up getting it, but it's just like... See, I don't really know how that happened. Like, it didn't feel like we were supposed to win this game at all. And then we go on to win. I put up, like, the whatever I'm supposed to here. I mean, basically, I'll just fast forward, because we get this win. You can kind of just get the gist. We'll check out some of my builds after. As you can see, it's just solid defense. We give up a goal on topside that really frustrated me, but it is what it is. Metagross probably didn't play where they were supposed to. Because, you know, if you get super high in master rank, it's like it's +100. They score that topside goal and it's over, you know what I'm saying? Even with us getting Rayquaza, they were up. If say that Blastoise puts up like 58, maybe they win the game. We don't know, but it was kind of sloppy defense at the end from our team, not protecting both goals. But let's see my build. Let's see my build. I just want to see, because it's hard for me to remember all these builds at this point. I have so many setups that like I always just want to put everything on a setup, like basically the two scoring items and then something else to support the scoring. Sorry, I'm probably inefficiently looking at this too, but whatever, it is what it is. Um, what's my all I have the special attack thing. So it's just meant to restore its health, make it even more bulky and defensive than it already is, basically. That's my build for it. I think it's really good. Because you could put scoring glasses on it, like the blue, or no, that'd be the red ones, because it's the attacker, that red one that, like, okay, what am I, I'll just show you. Instead of wise glasses, you could put, well, let's just look at the example sets. I always disagree with the example sets. Like, I don't get, why would you only run one crit? If you're gonna run crit, wouldn't you want both crits? Like, that makes some sense to me, other than it's not bulky enough. This makes some sense, other than I don't want to run one crit. This kind of makes sense, other than I'd want it to be focused on defense and not offense. This doesn't make it really any sense to me. I don't see why you'd run one crit. I'd rather, like, why wouldn't you take out that crit for something like weakness policy or Rocky Helmet? Probably weakness policy, like on this one especially, why wouldn't you take it out for weakness policy? I don't really get that. But like basically what I'm saying is you could swap wise glasses for like attack, right? And make it, but then it gets so focused on scoring where it's like every other attacker I'm used to being able to flex into a jungler, but this thing is so slow but that it can't. However, it can flex into a defender very well. Whereas if I'm playing like Fennekin's really good at being mobile and doing damage. Same with other attackers like Venusaur with the pedal dance. That's more focused on mobility, but I remember seeing Gardevoir being ran in the jungle. Dragapult can have really good mobility, and Teleon sometimes. Cinderace has really good mobility. But yeah, just like look at my Cinderace build, for example. I actually run crit with it and attack right. This makes a lot of sense to me because it can do so much damage, especially if it gets the crits that it needs. It can always do damage. But Duraladon, notice I have it set up to be way more defensive with health cookie and like that. That's the only attacker where I'm really focused on the defense. Here's my Dragapult build. I think it could be a lot better, to be honest. I don't really know what to run on it. I don't really play Dragapult. I thought it'd be really good. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm sick. And here's my Meridian build. I actually run, like when this thing first came out and it was meta, I would dominate with Charge Beam all the time. I'd get so many games where I'd be dominant with Charge Beam. But now it just feels like it's really meant to be more supportive. So like you can still get that attack output with the special attack scoring goggles, whatever it's actually called, and then run supports with the XP share especially. That's very supportive. And then this, also very supportive. I think it's an interesting build for it. Zacian is another one where like, no, I guess I'm looking at all these builds. Zacian, it's like, I run Zacian like this. I don't really see anyone else run Zacian like this, and I really feel like this is the only way you can run Zacian. Because you need, sorry, I'm sick. You need the bulk, and you need something to give it damage, so this is like the only way that sort of scoring setup to me. Taking a look at like the example sets, like I don't think this makes much sense because I'd rather run Muscle Band and then that Rapid Fire Scarf or both crits. Like running both crits makes sense. Otherwise, like that doesn't make sense to me. Why wouldn't you replace crit with health cookie? It needs more bulk than it has, you know? It can get really annoying with the bulk. This thing I've had a lot of success with, even though I've just got it. Probably played like 2 or 3, 4 games with it. I think I won like all of them. Because this thing gets, I don't think I've ever played Belch Cuffit, but this thing with Bullet Seed gets so nasty, and I know how to utilize Stuffed Cheeks very well. Stuffed Cheeks, apologize. My ex actually picked this one out for me. Mimikyu, I run weakness policy on it. I don't know really what to run anymore. Comfy, I mean, you can see I have a lot of them. These are just some of my builds. I think this one I used to run leftovers on. Now I play it like this. I think it's very interesting. Aegislash I just got. I run it like this. I don't know if that's even the right build for it, but I've had some success with it. Looking at this, I don't know why I'd run one crit. Looking at this, I don't really like running Focus Band on it at all. I'd rather run Health Cookie personally, just to give it that insane bulk to where you can dominate a game. I don't really like these builds for it, but I don't know if I like mine as much either. Oh, I just accidentally switched all my held items. That's great. Well, I probably had it like shit. Now this is like pressure. Can't I remember what I had on it? And the answer is no, but yes. As I had Rapid Fire Scarf, and I had Drain Crown to like. That way, it's like if it's in a fight, it's constantly restoring its own health, constantly attacking faster than it should, and being annoying as it should be. I've had some really dominant games as Talonflame, but more in the earlier days. This thing gets really nasty. So like my always question is, should I run a setup on these builds? Darkrai, you have to have good teammates, but if you get good teammates with Darkrai, you're gonna win. It's probably one of the best things in the game right now. Ho-Oh's really interesting because I've also had some, when this first came out and it was meta, I had some very, very dominant games with it. Now, not so much. You need good teammates. But it's still really annoying. It just doesn't do the damage it needs to, or the defense. Tyranitar, you kind of need teammates to help you set up, but I think this is really annoying on it and oppressive. This weakness policy Rocky Helmet. I think this is perfect for the items. Like, just looking at some example sets for this. Why I don't get why you'd run Muscle Brand 1 crit. I don't get why you'd run Focus Band. Like, you shouldn't really be getting low health with it. You should run a Health Cookie for sure to, like, really up its bulk. This makes a lot of sense, but I don't think it needs... Like, I just think Sand Tomb is so annoying to the point where you don't need the damage buff of the attack, right? And I'd rather run something more annoying like Rocky Helmet as, like, a repellent to try and not get hit. And like this, I don't really see Muscle Band on it. I see it more supportive to not run Muscle Band. Umbreon is really interesting. You just need good teammates to support. I got Espeon recently. Espeon can get very nasty. It's kind of a defender counter to me. Mew, I think they should buff Mew if they haven't. I don't know. Mewtwo, I have an X speed on it, so yeah, I don't know. Those are some of my builds. This thing gets really nasty. I think my Blaziken or something. There's like one thing I should have a different build that I have, but yeah, this is easily what I have the most experience with. Basically, I would play this when I literally like kind of first played the game. So what I thought was like I would run Flamethrower, Fire Blast, and because in the games they were special attack moves, at least in my head, I think Flamethrower was a special attack move in the main game, so I'd run the special attack goggles, and that's completely wrong. That's not how this game works. It's an attacker, so it always does physical damage. So, like, this is really the thing that propelled me. Like, I'd have so many dominant games where I thought I was getting the damage boost of, like, the special attack blue ones, the choice specs, I think they're called, or something. Whatever the blue ones are, you know what I'm saying? I'd run special attack specs instead of this, when obviously this is way better because it only does physical damage. Charge time makes it so fast that it's faster than a lot of speedsters, especially when it gets Flamethrower boost. I don't really like Fire Punch Flare Blitz that much. And like Health Cookie attack right just makes it like so all around insane to deal with. Basically like it gets a health buff, an attack buff, and then a speed buff. When this thing gets +6, you cannot deal with it. Like, I've had so many dominant Charizard games. When it hits its ult on you and, like, the other team is just way worse off, it's just, it does so many insane things. And then Gyarados, this is kind of what I came up on, was that Charizard, but Gyarados is kind of the same thing, except it's attack right, Health Cookie Muscle Band for, like, the basic damage, because I think its ability is something like... What's its ability? Like, Moxie? See what I'm saying? That gets really nasty, like the Moxie thing. So it's like, I'm kind of just trying to do more damage with it. With Muscle Band. Like, let's just look at the example sets for Gyarados, because I'm really set on my Charizard. Like, why would you run crit on Gyarados? It doesn't necessarily get the moves off to do a crit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get running crit on Gyarados. That doesn't make much sense to me. Like... It gets way too luck-based, where you can really have some dominant games with skill. But yeah, that's as far as I'll go, man. I'm really obsessed with this game, a nerd for this game. That's my little card. I think it's cute. Can I? That's my like what my guy looks like. My favorite's Glaceon right now because it's really good, man. Yeah, that's my stuff, man. You have a good day.